Hi everyone and welcome to Inderes TV. Today we're going to talk about Incap and its newest acquisition with Antti Viljakainen. Hi and welcome.
How are you, son? Thank you.
It's not the freshest news of the day, but we're still going to talk about it. Better late than never. So every time we've been interviewing Otto Pukk, Incap CEO Otto Pukk, in the quarterly reports, he has been mentioning in potential M&As, and now it finally happened. Why now and why in Germany?
Oh, well, it always takes two the tango.
Yeah.
So basically, now they could agree all the necessary details to close the deal with Lacon. We have been waiting for this a long time that Incap is able to put its balance sheet to use. Why in Germany? Well, Germany has been always one key M&A market for Incap. It's the biggest EMS market in Europe by far. Local economy has been struggling recently due to challenges in automotive industry, and also many businesses have not done so well. Also, Lacon's net sales development is not that strong, moving backwards. But on the other hand, like I said, it's big market, and they made like a huge policy change in Germany, so that they are like stimulating economy with investments to infra and defense, which should obviously increase growth prospects on GDP level, and it should trickle down to single companies as well in the long run. So it actually might be a good timing if recovery in Germany really begins as economists expect going forward.
Yeah. So what do we know about Lacon? What do they bring to the table, so to speak?
No, well, Incap disclosed quite a little facts on Lacon. They didn't say anything specific about the customer structure.
And that's the interesting part.
For instance,
yeah.
They said that Lacon is active player in defense industry, so it should obviously increase share of the defense sector in Incap's revenue.
Yeah.
Lacon has some development and engineering services in its portfolio that Incap has not had. So maybe this is the biggest key takeaway from the disclosure that they give regarding the business structure. So Incap expands its position in Valuation through this acquisition, and maybe can leverage these capabilities also on other factories and with other customers as well when the Lacon is integrated to Incap.
Yeah, and how long will that take, do you think?
The transaction is expected to close during Q1, and integration work will take some quarters, I guess, and to get these kind of leverages, it will take even more time, some years, I would say, but so it's like more long-term prospect than anything tangible from the very first day.
Yeah. So the announced price is 50 million euros and additional 5 million euros later on. And you wrote in a research report that do you not believe the purchase price is particularly cheap? Could you elaborate on this?
Yes, it's like a bit a complicated issue because Lacon's numbers appear quite different in German GAAP accounting principles and IFRS standard that Incap is using. Incap mostly published it's in the release Lacon's financial numbers in German GAAP. And if we look at EV/EBIT valuation based on German GAAP and based on 10-month realized figures from 2025 and make a proxy for full year, I would say that EV/EBIT valuation is somewhere around 12,
Okay.
which is significantly higher than Incap's own valuation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really cheap based on German GAAP on EV/EBIT basis. Well, it's a bit different if we look at the EV/EBITDA multiple, which may be a better proxy because Lacon has done acquisitions and they have like goodwill amortizations, reducing EBIT, and then we are talking about multiple around 7, which is maybe a bit more normal.
Yeah.
Normal level for EMS business, but not particularly cheap either. So I would say that Incap is banking on a scenario that Lacon is able to grow quite fast. Its earnings from 2025 level in the next year, so that this acquisition will be value creative for Incap shareholders. And then looking at the fact that the share of earnout is just 5 million euros, and Lacon has to improve quite a lot its performance so that this earnout is paid in full.
Mm-hmm.
So it might suggest that outlook of Lacon is pretty good, and both parties in Incap as a buyer and the selling counterparty can agree on that fact that Lacon might grow relatively fast also already this year.
Okay, so what is your take?
No, well, I'm looking at the Incap's history in M&A. They have done 2 very good deals, and I'm believing that and they have been also looking for this deal quite a long time. Yeah. The last acquisition before Lacon was some 2 years ago. So I would be surprised if they just overpaid way too high multiple without any concrete background.
Okay, so it will be interesting to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about profitability. Lacon has a weaker profitability than Incap has, and Incap is known for being the best in this class about this. So how will this affect Incap?
No, well, looking at Incap's margin this year or maybe next year, it's quite probable that Lacon will dilute the margin to some extent. As you said, almost everyone is is worse than Incap when it comes to margin. But I'm not that worried about profit margin as such. It's more about it's more about question how absolute profit progress is going forward, and also how well this investment made in Lacon will yield on capital. Okay. So profit margin is not that important in my opinion. And having said that, to say that I was expecting that AWS acquisition dilutes Incap's margin. I was expecting that Pennatronics acquisition dilutes Incap's margin, but somehow they have been able to keep the margin on very strong level despite these acquisitions that were also diluting from the very first day. So let's see.
So you're not that worried?
Yeah, no, not about the profit margin.
Yeah, okay. So what about valuation and recommendation?
we retained our buy recommendation on Incap when we included this Lacon acquisition to Incap's estimates. So some weeks ago, we also increased target price by €1 to 12 euros per share. Estimates increased quite notably as Incap is financing this acquisition by its cash position and additional debt, which is relatively reasonably priced for Incap, I guess. And the stock is still cheap. We are talking about single-digit EV/EBIT multiple for this year. If Incap can grow its profits as expected, also organically and inorganically through this acquisition.
Yeah. Thank you, Antti Viljakainen, for all these comments.
Thank you.
And if you want to know more, go to Inderes.se, read the reports, and if you have more questions to Antti about Incap, you can go to our forum. Thank you.